Well, it's been a quiet week here in Lake Scabagon, my hometown. This week's guest is Josh Hagquist from the band Beautiful Mistake. They discuss Silage, Furnace Fest, getting the band back together, bagging peaks, the Barkley Marathon, working at a Christian bookstore, a plea to Adele, playing a game, and more.
Incredible.
Yeah, we'll have to get to it. We'll have to talk about it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to come back to that because I think we should answer that question, Brock. But somebody's in the waiting room with a number.
Let's find out who it is.
Ooh, on this and more on this edition of A Pickle Home Companion.
Is it Bono?
Yep.
Are you trying to contact us about our car's extended warranty?
Hey.
Yes.
How's it going?
Sorry for being late. Brock being here, I've got to amp myself up. He's a mid-level celebrity on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, God. I mean,
right?
Not really, but thanks.
I understand.
It's good to see you.
I was running around the living room a little bit to hype myself up, so I get it completely.
We do it every week. Yeah, we got to get fired up for it.
That's tough. It's a lot of work.
I'm out of breath. Yeah.
Breathless, you mean?
Hey, there it is. Growl.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for the invite. This is awesome.
We're looking forward to it. Do you have any questions for us before we get down to brass tacks?
No, I want to get down to brass tacks.
Oh, come on.
Excellent. Okay.
Perfect.
Does that mean I don't even have to give my spiel? Because he's ready to go.
Tell me. Well, go for it, Pete. Give it to you. You do it so well.
All right. Yeah. Well, the only rule we have two rules right here at A Pickle Home Companion. The first rule is if you have anything that you don't want in, just go time out. Kevin, our editor, will take it out.
Yep.
And the second rule is let's get started. Wow, that feels good to say again, guys.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. Season 2. So brass tacks. How long have you been into upholstery? He doesn't want to talk about it, guys. We got to take it out.
Not on the air.
No Jack White for you. Got it.
No. Good. Try another one.
Oh yeah, no. Well, let's start with. It was great to meet you at Furnace Fest, Josh. I really appreciate it. It was you might have been one of the first to be like, "Hey, are you Brock Dittus?" Because it happened a lot that weekend. But I think you and I we talked early in the day, and I want to say it was before a lot of people said the same thing. So you get to be first. Thank you for that. But it was cool to meet you in person. It's just there's not that many people that I know from the internet that I get to meet in person, and it was exciting. So that made my heart feel good. And then seeing you and your band play on stage at Furnace Fest was a great performance. It was really fun. It warmed all of our hearts as well.
It's funny because I don't know how you entered my algorithm, but all your posts with whether it was CCM or it was like 80s Christian alternative albums, all those pictures start showing up. I'm like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, this is my childhood. Like this is me growing up. And your show. I mean, you've got a plethora of horrible records you also take.
I know. We'll get to that.
But no, I don't know how it happened. And then I started following you, and I know we went back and forth. We chatted a bunch, and so yeah, it was great meeting you. And I appreciate your love for music and a lot of music that's really obscure that most people haven't heard of.
Right.
The thing about obscure music is that like the people that do love it, they love it a lot. Like it's very special, and it's maybe special because not everyone talks about it. So I love finding a niche and then just kind of like digging in to see who's in this particular niche. Such as, can we start with Silage?
Oh.
Silage is a niche, and you have some involvement. Can you explain how you're connected to that group of people?
Yeah,
Please.
so I was going to college up in Northern California and started a band with some buddies, and we started playing shows. And Damien from Silage, his girlfriend went to the same school. And so she's like, you got to meet my boyfriend. He's in a band. They're kind of ska, kind of punk. So we met Damien, hit it off right away, and started playing a ton of shows with them. And it's funny because Silage was based in Chico because Damien was going to school at Chico State. And they were playing Gilman Street. They were playing with Farr and Simon Says and all these like really great bands from Sacramento, Little Guilt Shrine, Cake. This is like mid 90s. And so we started playing with them and played a bunch of shows with them. And then when they did their first record on Sublime, they asked me to come play trumpet on it. So they flew me down and I got to go to this real studio in Burbank. And so I recorded all the trumpet on that record and then would play with them every once in a while. So yeah, I love I've known those dudes forever. And yeah, Watusi was the record I got to play on. And
what a great record.
It's funny though, because like I said, they were playing Gilman Street. Like they were a legit, and I'm not implying they weren't still a legit band opening up for Jars of Clay or anybody like that, but
sure.
They brought legitimacy with them. Yeah,
they did. But they were like a really popular underground, like kind of punk ska band. And it just to see that transformation into like Vegas Car Chasers and I believe it was Parkway.
Parkway,
yep.
right.
Yep.
Still good dudes. And then Lance did Celebrity and Beautiful Mistake toured with Celebrity. We've known them forever. And so, yeah, that's my Silage, my lineage.
Very cool. The Silage lineage. You gotta,
That's cool. Yeah.
And what was the band that you were in when you met them?
We were called Belva's Diesel.
Okay.
We played a lot. Up and down California, played with Soul Food 76 up in
Nice.
Oregon and Washington. Don't know. Sometimes Soundgarden. I mean, we were playing with a lot of bands. Sometimes Sunday. I'm being facetious.
But I like the idea of sometimes Soundgarden being a band. Like if there was some sort of meld. If there's ever a tribute act, they'll play like both catalogs.
That was supposed to be like a super funny joke. That's like a super funny joke.
Sometimes
I appreciate it. I'm in.
I was like, wow, yeah, I was in it.
That's fantastic. And I am curious, when you played trumpet, were you one of many in the horn section? Would they have like a number of horns, or were you like the guy?
I was the guy, and then Damien, the singer,
you were the brass tacks.
he would play trombone.
Right.
Okay. Oh, sure, because that was his instrument.
Yeah, so he played guitar live and then would pick up the trombone and play those parts.
There we go. Right.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they didn't carry it farther. It's just hard to make the switch.
Yeah, I think it's hard.
I was going to say, I didn't hear trombone when they were opening up for Jars of Clay. I went to that Much Afraid tour, and I'm like, I didn't see any trombone in there, but I know that first record. Yeah. But not live. Not live, they didn't do that.
You keep it on a stand, like you'd have in a music room at your high school, you know?
Right.
And he would pick it up and just go to town and then put it back down, and it was quite it was unique, like there weren't any other bands where that was happening. It was usually like a section of dudes who played like a tenth of the set basically and stood there.
And maybe did a little bit of this, but a little dance, but that's it. Yeah.
Totally.
And then Beautiful Mistake shows up in what, 2000, 2002?
Yeah, 2000. So we were in most of us were in a band called Ember before that. And we toured and were playing a ton of shows and up and down the coast, and then toured with Ember. And then our singer in that band left. So then we started Beautiful Mistake, just something new. But it was all the same members minus the singer.
Very good.
And then we were catapulted into teenage stardom. And that's how this.
Right.
Oh, wait, no, we weren't. Wait a minute.
I saw that catapult.
Yeah. Well, I know, like once you guys ended up on Militia Group, somehow I this is many years ago, obviously, I cannot remember how, but somehow I got an advanced copy of that first record I can't remember if I got it from you guys or if I got it from the label when I was working at the radio station at my college. I can't
Yeah.
remember, but that one accidentally fell in my bag and came home with me at the end of the school year. So
That's
and I
awesome.
still have
It's
it.
funny how college radio works like that.
Right?
Like you end up with a lot of CDs in your bag.
I
Yep.
mean, that's how I got Silage. I understand.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And I
I can
can say
relate to
that
that.
because the college is closed now and they're not going to come after me.
Nice.
The college is
Nice.
not closed here, but they don't have a radio station anymore, so we're good.
Yeah, that record was funny because we had I remember they did because we had played CMJ a couple times
Mhm.
and they had really pushed the college angle on that one. And I mean, we were doing like all ages shows, you know. It wasn't like we were hitting, you know, Iowa State and then Oklahoma State. I didn't think we had like a huge college contingent, but they really pushed it with college radio stations, like add this record and it's the new thing. So I'm glad you got it though, and no one else was able to hear it or listen to it at the radio station. That's great.
Oh, I waited till the end of
Ever
the
again.
year. But no, I played that one a lot actually. And actually leading up to Furnace Fest, once you guys got announced, when we were talking about like what sets do we need to see, I kept telling these guys, I'm like, you have to go see Beautiful Mistake. You have to go see him. I absolutely love like all those records.
Yeah. Did you have fun at Furnace Fest?
Oh, I had a blast. Yeah.
Cool.
What a great festival, for sure. We had a blast. But that's actually how most of us met, was through Furnace Fest. So
Yeah.
it's cool that such a festival exists.
Yeah, it's like a cool mix of band. I mean, we played in 21 as well, but
Mhm.
just a really cool mix of bands. It's not just all hardcore or all metal. You know, and we've known Chad since the Take Hold days.
Yeah.
You know, he's always been really cool to us, and just the whole group that's associated with Furnace Fest has been just beyond kind to us and just genuinely good people who care. And I think that's a rare thing with all festivals. I mean, a lot of festivals have probably still owe us money from back in the day.
Hard to track that down.
It is. It is.
I'm just curious, kind of where did you fall? Because I'm not familiar with Ember as well. These guys may be, but in terms of like the sound of the Beautiful Mistake, it's definitely like it leans in kind of a radio, not quite pop, but like a radio alternative sort of thing. But you've also got like the harder element with some of the louder screaming vocals and that sort of thing. I'm just curious, kind of how did you develop that sound?
You know, Ember was probably more like Jimmy World-ish.
Okay.
Maybe a little more like that, like late 90s emo kind of stuff. And so when we started Mistake, we wanted it to be heavier. I think, you know, we wanted
Mhm.
the screaming and the singing, and this was 2000, you know, that wasn't a popular genre, that type of music. And so, you know, we just were like, this is what we like, because we're not a hardcore band, but we're also not like Jimmy World-esque, who I love. So why don't we kind of mix the two, you know? We always joke and say like it's Shai Hulud and Mineral.
Yeah.
Kind of blend those two together, and maybe that's kind of what we sound like, or would hope to sound like, I guess.
What you're aiming for?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like you're not like you know, radio princes, but you're also not like too far away from radio. Like it could play in a lot of different environments and kind of bring a lot of different people on board, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, the screaming probably rubs people the wrong way, just from like a musical perspective.
It keeps the haters away.
It does. It does. It keeps a lot of people away.
I feel like there's probably nothing more effective at keeping
It's
the
funny.
haters
It's
away.
like it keeps everybody away in a sense, because like the hardcore fans who want to hear Terror and, you know, Stretch Armstrong or whatever, they'll hear screaming in one of our songs and be like, "Oh, cool. Let's go check it out." And then like the minute it stops and I start singing, you can see them turn their backs and like walk back across the grass. And you're like, "No, no, come back. we're a lot of fun.
We're gonna do it again.
Yeah, we will do it again at some point, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. It's hard to sit in a place like that. I feel like some of my favorite bands are the ones that kind of have like a unique cocktail where it's different than kind of, and it's also not one note. You've kind of got a bunch of different influences and elements that might show up in it. So you've got my respect for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
What about like you mentioned playing Furnace Fest, but also getting back together, recording new songs, that sort of thing? Was it difficult to revive, or did you kind of have like a bit of activity throughout your history with the band?
You know, it's a really long and sad story. But it's the story of redemption. I'll give you the short version though. So in 2004, we released "This Is Who You Are." A couple months later, uh, due to a variety of reasons, two people left the band. Two of my bandmates left, and then a third left shortly after that. So it was just me. I kept going because I still wanted to do it and felt really passionate about it. I got different people to play. That had its own troubles, own things that made it difficult. So we stopped officially in 2006. We had a record deal with Equal Vision that I handed back to them and said, I can't sign this. Like, it's going to be a train wreck. If I do, we'll break up. You'll lose money. It'll be awful. So we just kind of stopped. I just kind of stopped in 2006. And I would say that we weren't on good terms, most of us. There were some issues there. And I mean, we were in our 20s and couldn't communicate well with each other, didn't know how to communicate, didn't know how to be empathetic, really, didn't know how to be adults and handle things. And so took a long time. We did an acoustic kind of reunion at Tomfest in Washington in 2009, I think it was. And it was just three of us. It was Sean, our guitar player, Armin, our old drummer, and myself. And then in 2017, Josh Kemble from Dogwood hit me up and was like, hey, does Beautiful Mistake want to get back together and play some shows? Because he was going to do some Dogwood shows. And so I reached out to everybody. I'm like, hey, you guys want to do this? And everyone said yes. And so we started communicating with each other, and all of us had grown up and matured in a lot of ways and took ownership. For myself, like I took ownership of the way that I treated people and, the way that I acted back in the day. And I think there was forgiveness there and we kind of rebuilt those bridges. So we did those two shows and we had so much fun that we're like, let's see if we can write some songs. So we flew out to Colorado and just started jamming on ideas we had and came out with like 5-6 songs in that weekend. So the magic was still there, I guess. And it's been
productive. Yeah.
fun. Yeah. It's been a fun ride ever since,
That's great. I think it's so difficult to communicate in general. Like you see people having trouble with that every day, but especially like as somebody who's 20 years old, in a band trying to like do a thing, like we kind of know what we want, but we also know nothing about what we want. It's that kind of general passion for like, oh, I want to be in the scene or I want to be a part of a band.
Yeah.
I remember my band, I only had a band together for a couple of years. It was back in like 05, 06, but we had a CD release show and we had a guy that had been doing sound for us and really grateful. It was kind of like nobody was getting paid. I think there was money involved in as much as we were raising money to record a record, but it was all kind of grassroots, what have you. But I think as soon as we played our release show, we like brought in our own sound gear, brought in our own system. And I think after the show, we had just played, the whole record. We were talking to our friends and like kind of schmoozing and whatnot. And our sound guy, I think, was bothered that, he was the guy who seemed to be tasked with tearing down the system all by himself. And nobody ever told him that he was supposed to do that, or that like we expected him to work on his own or whatever. It was just we had just played the biggest show of our lives, which wasn't that big. It was inside of like a soda shop or whatever. But yeah, it was like, people didn't connect, didn't communicate, assumptions were made, miscommunication happened, people got upset. And he ended up never, I don't think he ever mixed for us again. I think we ended up like, we played that show and then we're like, well, I guess we have to find another guy who knows how to like mix sound, because I don't think we can work with this guy anymore. And to this day, I still don't know the details, because I didn't talk to him about it. I didn't really see him, much after that. It was kind of just like the way that life falls out. And so I would imagine you probably had similar things happening in your lives and in your band history of just like, nobody really knows what's going on and everybody thinks everybody else does. So yeah.
Like being like 2 feet away from someone 24 hours a day for 8 weeks at a time. And then put on top of that, sometimes you make money and sometimes you don't. And maybe you have 5 other roommates and you're trying to figure out life at the same time, and maybe you have a relationship or you're married or you don't and you want one, and there's so many of these like moving parts to that it's a lot to navigate. And I think especially in your 20s, like I didn't know what I was doing in my 20s. Most of the time I don't know what I'm doing now.
Right. I'm with you.
I have a little bit more idea.
But there's something to be said too for just like, being older and having more experience, more life experience, and the fact that you were able to get back together with some folks that you hadn't worked with for a while, and to be able to bring it back together to celebrate the things you do like about what you did. That's really I don't know, that's a privilege. It's kind of special to know that that's possible, because it's not possible for everybody either. Some people, especially maybe some people who get more success and have been in the spotlight for longer, maybe they never develop those, and then you have to buy your friends or your bandmates or what have you. But I'm glad it worked out as it did.
Yeah, it's such a privilege. Like it really is. It's humbling in the sense that people still want to come out. Like that's rad, that's really cool. But it's such a privilege to like be able to make loud music with my best friends and hang out with them and have it be healthy and good,
Yeah. And the band is still active now, right? But what does active look like for you now? Because you're a grown up, you've got a job, all this sort of thing.
Yeah. So we play shows when we can, and so we just did four shows last month. We did Phoenix, Anaheim, LA, and San Diego, and we did it with Audio Karate, Tokyo Rose, and Watashiwa.
Yeah.
Bands we've known from way back in the day. So it just was something that sounded fun, and we're like, yeah, let's do it. And we're going back out to Furnace Fest to do a pre-show in October with Head Automatica, which will be a ton of fun, and our buddies Tigers in Cairo from San Diego. So
that's exciting. Is that in the little the venue? Is it Workplay, or do they rename it?
Workplay, yeah. It's going to be at Workplay on Thursday night. So we're stoked about
Very
that.
Cool.
And then it's more like, if something comes up and we all can do it, yeah, let's do it. There's really no pressure, and we can kind of do whatever we want and play when we want. We have 5 different schedules to deal with.
Right.
Let me see. 5. Well, 3 of the dudes are married. 1 has a girlfriend. We've got like 4, 8, 11 kids.
The math gets pretty complex pretty quick, right? Like you have to multiply the difficulty of scheduling by all those people.
Yeah. I'm like the desert hermit who can just, I can do that. That's fine. I'll make it work. And everyone else is
There
like,
we go.
I got to check. Like my kids got softball and then community theater and I don't know, bingo night. I'm like, whatever. We'll figure it out. So
Shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard, yeah.
I'm curious. I've been wanting to ask you a lot of questions that I haven't felt like social media is the right place to start my line of inquisition. But in terms of all the hiking and outdoors stuff that you've been up to over the past several years, you've been bagging a lot of peaks. How do you explain what you've been up to?
Yeah, I started hiking. So up until COVID, my hiking was more along the lines of you get out of the car at the parking lot and walk a tenth of a mile to the viewpoint, and then
Right.
and I'm
The paved trail.
yeah, and I was into that, and I don't fault people for doing that. There's so many beautiful places to see doing that. But when like before COVID hit, I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, and just wasn't healthy. And so I started to quit. I was like weaning myself off, and it was working. And I was starting to like get outside a little more. And then when COVID hit, I kind of got serious about my health and really quit smoking
Yeah.
and started.
When there are respiratory diseases involved, right?
Yeah, totally. And so yeah, I started hiking just around where I lived in Escondido at the time in North San Diego County. There's a ton of trails all over the place. So just started hiking, and then I would usually try to hike to go see like an abandoned building or, some little history spot. And then there's this peak in Escondido called Stanley Peak. It's the highest with a trail to it, and it's got a little plaque, and the view is really pretty. And I'd been up there as a kid. I used to live like right below it as a kid growing up there. And I was like, I'm gonna go up and see if I can get to the top. And so I did, and I was like, this is awesome. I want to do more of these. And so yeah, it started to snowball after that, and now it's become kind of a thing. And so yeah, I love the outdoors. I love to hike. And I like nice views. So
And you've gotten to quite a few of them.
yeah. Yeah, I've been very blessed to be able to have the health to do it, and I'm all like, there's this app called Peak Bagger, which is like next
Yeah.
level. Yeah, it's like next level hiking nerd stuff. And there's topo maps and trip reports. It's amazing. And so a buddy of mine got me into that because I used to use All Trails, which is cool, but
Right. Kind of the entry level.
and yeah, it's very like that's low level hiking stuff.
It's the Google Maps of hiking, sure.
Exactly. No, it's like the map quest
Like you'd print out the stuff and take it with you,
yeah,
right?
basically.
Like a pirate.
Basically, yeah, totally. And you don't even want to talk about it. Like you don't want to talk about All Trails. Like that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I started using this app, and I make so many lists. I've got all these like, I want to go check out this and I want to check out this. And it's kind of become fun because I do like the history of places, and I want to learn about the geology. And so I might hike somewhere and then see some stuff and be like, I need to find out what this is. And so it's actually been like a learning journey too, as cheesy as that might sound. Like I eat it up. So
Yeah. It reminds me of kind of like the mountain I'm climbing on Discogs of trying to like find all the copies and variants of things that I'm interested in. But it's like you have to know what you're out there looking for. So you make lists of what you want to bag, what you want to gather, and then you figure out what does it take to get there. The nice thing about hiking is it doesn't take as much, right?
no, like what's your whale? Like what's the
My white whale? Well, I already have no line on the horizon, so trying to figure out what I mean, I definitely have I've got a few that I'm still looking for. But the nice thing is I also took, I think it was 4 years ago now, I took some time to do like a bracket runoff of my favorite records. And I think I have all of those that exist. So at this point, it's like other really expensive things that I can't afford that might not come up. But a lot of the old Tooth and Nail catalog on cassette is kind of what I've been going for these days. So yeah, kind of looking for those. It's nice to not have like, there aren't too many white whales.
I don't have a record player anymore, but I used to. And so I'd always look in, every record store I go to, I'd be digging around. And when I lived in Riverside, there was this place called Sounds Like. And I think somebody from back in the like blonde vinyl, velvet blue, I think somebody was like, I've given up listening to music, and they brought all their stuff
like
in.
it was all there.
And I was flipping through all there. I got the first three 77s records,
Whoa.
like brand new.
Yeah.
Wow. Couple choir records. I got the first Lifesavers single.
No way.
On
Like a
the
45, 7-inch. Wow.
Undercover 7 inches. Like I was like, what Altar Boys stuff? Like all this stuff that I grew up
That's
on,
wild.
And
so
I
feel like that's the sort of stuff you're gonna find in California that you might not find elsewhere. Like,
yeah,
just because that's where the bands were from and kind of where it was happening, it seems to me like that would be more likely.
Yeah.
Well, did you grab those?
Yeah, I did.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I still have them, and like I said, I don't have a record player. I still have them.
We gotta get you like a little simple setup. I'm sure we could find you something.
Start a like a GoFundMe. Like Josh needs a record player.
GoFundMe for
we'll do
Josh's.
It. We'll do it.
Yep.
We'll start it.
And set the goal at like 25K because I want a Macintosh.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
It's the top or nothing.
I deserve
a nice like direct drive. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Couple techniques.
Absolutely.
Decks.
Yeah. And we're gonna redo your entire garage with like sand insulation so that no noise can go through the walls.
Acoustically perfect.
That's it. Yeah. A listening room.
I appreciate it. I should have come on this podcast a long time ago. This is awesome.
Guys, I'm sorry for what I agreed to.
Well, so it goes. It's in the past now. There's nothing we can't change it. It's in motion. It's what we have to do. We've committed to it.
Okay, you're right.
That or lose face in public, which we've never done. So,
as opposed to not losing face, I want to talk about Whiteface. Have you ever been to Whiteface Mountain in the Adirondacks? I came in for the end of the hiking talk, and I have to.
Was that the end of the hiking talk?
I don't know. You change it to your white whale of what your vinyl was. So I want to bring it back to hiking real quick. I'm right now in the Adirondack Mountains of New York.
Oh, nice.
That's why my internet's so glitchy. But I don't know if I didn't hear. I mean, have you ever made it out this far for hiking?
No, I've never hiked out in the Appalachian Mountains, Adirondacks. None of that.
Okay. Cool. I highly recommend. There's some great peaks, great mountains out here.
Yeah. It's I've seen a lot of like trip reports and stuff, a lot of stuff in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And Vermont, Maine, like a lot of, and they don't have the elevation, but the rock formations are crazy. And it's just beautiful forest and it's pretty cool.
Let me ask you this. Do you take glucosamine?
That's a personal question, bro.
It is, but I feel like exactly. No, my hiking on the East Coast has mostly been in New Hampshire, like when I have been there, and I just remember like the trails compared to stuff that you get on the West Coast. The West Coast is like relatively soft rock. If rocks can be soft, like your basalt and your sand and everything, like you've got you've got a lot of things that just like aren't as severely difficult to your joints. I remember hiking like climbing up the White Mountains. It was just a trail. It was like, hey, here's the trail from here, like to the top or whatever. But you end up, especially on the way down, just landing on these like granite slabs, and like there's no give. My knees were destroyed by the end of that, and it was just something. So I've found, between that and bicycling, I've needed to supplement my intake with some of that glucosamine chondroitin, those tablets. If you take that, you've got a little more support. It helps you build back.
Brock, I just watched Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune with my mother. I'm up visiting my mom right now, my 80-year-old mother, and those commercials. I saw a commercial for glucosamine and chondroitin. So that's what made me laugh.
Was it with or without MSM?
With MSM.
Okay, all right.
Is that the good stuff, Brock?
You got to use poles.
Poles.
Yeah, the poles. I have them.
Agreed.
They're out on the porch. Yeah, let's go.
Poles, and I take salt pills for muscle recovery.
There you go.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
That seems like good advice. Yeah.
Yeah. Hydrate. Lots of electrolytes. Not a lot of sugar necessarily, but a lot of like salt. Which I'm sure in like 10 years there's going to be some study that's like element packets cause cancer or something. It's like,
Yeah.
And this portion has been brought to you by Liquid IV.
Totally. Totally.
I did a few years in a row. Some college buddies, I would do of an overnight hiking backpacking trip. I'm in North Carolina, so we'd go either out west, like the Appalachian Trail, or up into Virginia, like kind of where it goes. But
He
one
calls
time we
that
did
out
it
west.
west of where I am, yes. But we were in Virginia one time, and the spot we picked, the campsite, we were like sitting there around the fire, drinking bourbon. It's having a good time, and some through hiker just like comes out of the dark, and he had some issue with his shoe, and he's like, "Do you guys happen to have a needle and a thread?" And we're like, "No, we're not prepared. We're just an overnight thing, like we're not serious." And he was like, "Oh, that's fine." He chatted for a minute, but in that section, there's all these miniature horses that are wild, that are just like
Wild miniature horses.
yeah, like we woke up in the morning and there's just like horses grazing outside, and so this
Little ones.
yeah, little miniature horses, but they're wild out in the on the Appalachian Trail, and so
Small
this
horses.
guy. I imagine the trees get monotonous, right? Like if you're hiking the AT, so he's a through hiker doing the whole thing, and he, after he's finished his chatting, he's like, "How about it?" He's like, "Ponies." He's like, "The ponies. They have ponies here," and he wandered off into the dark, going ponies with his hands over his head, because I think that was like the most novelty he'd seen in a week or so, and he was so excited. But he like just showed up out of the dark and then faded back into the dark, going ponies, the ponies.
That's incredible.
And I think about him from time to time.
So you didn't have a needle and thread.
No,
Did you help him tie one on?
we offered. He was
Okay.
he was marching on.
He was dedicated.
It was solidly dark, but he was not done for his day yet. Like we were,
Yeah.
we were happily at the fire.
he left in the dark and the through hiker smell lingered.
Yes,
That is
There is a smell.
that's a campfire story right there.
Josh, have you done any long distance stuff?
No, so I don't like tent sleep. I'm not
I
a
like sleeping
good
outside,
tent
yeah.
sleeper, and I don't like the weight. So I'd rather just hike a really long distance in one day and then go back to my car.
Sure.
So yeah, I think the most I've done in a day is 38 miles just in one
That's
shot.
a lot.
that's a
That
big
is a
day.
lot.
Shot.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But you can do that unladen too, right? Or like relatively unladen. If you're
Yeah,
not
just-
carrying overnight gear and food and all
Nope.
this, you can do a big day and then you can relax and you can go to a
Yeah.
restaurant afterwards if you wanted to.
Yeah.
some cake.
Yeah, when I did that one, there's this trail at Joshua Tree National Park called the California Hiking and Riding Trail. It sounds really official. It's just a trail that kind of does 38 miles through like the northwest section of the park. So you get to see a lot of different sections basically. And so my friends picked me up afterwards and I was like, I'll take you out to dinner. And I think they sat like 10 tables away from me because I just looked like death and smelled like that. But yeah, we went to a restaurant. It was great. Servers.
It's kind of a badge of honor among certain people, right? Like among those who know, it's like, well, I look at all the salt on my shirt. I consumed all of this today, and now it's outside of me again.
Yeah. And then you get really excited because you want to post about it on Instagram and you get like 2 likes. And you're like, yes.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Well, I dig that. Did I ask you about a count? Do you have a count of how many peaks bagged at this point?
May I look at my phone or do I have to
Please
call it?
do.
Oh, go for
Let's
it.
mine.
Oh,
Let's
you-
mine the data.
I mean, so just on the app, I've done 150.
Oh, sweet.
That's a lot.
Wow.
That's
And
that's quite a lot.
Yeah. So like last year, it's funny because there's always like it's always put into perspective because I have a buddy who's a trail runner and he does like I don't know, like 2,000 miles a year running, and he does like 200 peaks.
Mhm.
And there's people that do crazy stuff. Last year I did 56 peaks.
Nice.
Yeah.
This year I'm at 39 for the year.
That's pretty good. That's pretty great.
So I'm working through it.
And honestly, that number, like the total number since 2020, right? You said is when you started.
Yeah.
Relatively new pursuit, but this is that's impressive. That's a lot, and you've kept at it. You keep doing it. I think that's the piece that really probably gets you where you want to be. Is like you don't get to the peak unless you keep going, and you don't get to more peaks unless you keep on doing it. So I
Yeah.
respect it. I appreciate that.
It's a good life lesson piece for me too, because like I've bailed on a lot of them. If I'm not feeling well or and so there's that like humility piece of like, I don't do it for, I was joking about the Instagram thing, but like I don't do it to win some prize or anything. There's no prize. It's like I do it because I love it and it
Sure.
gives me a lot of peace. And so, there's been a bunch that I've bailed on, like waited weeks to progressively harder peaks to train for one that I really wanted to do. And then, I'll get 100 feet up the scramble, towards the top. And I'm like, I'm going to turn around. And then I got to hike 12 miles out.
Right.
But then I'm also like, oh, I got to see cool stuff today. And most people don't get to see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what it's all about is half the stuff you get to see. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. No, I'm very thankful. I love it. And I geek out on it. So I could just
Yeah.
talk about that.
Well, that's why I asked. I think it's what you've shared and like the images and kind of what what you've shared about what you've learned about the places you've been. You've got beautiful vistas, beautiful views, and you've got these really cool like minute details of the stuff that you've observed. And it's just it's neat to see. I keep waiting for my next Josh hit, that sort of thing. So, thanks for sharing it. Thanks for putting it out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, like I think we live in a really cool place. The Earth is a
Yes.
cool place, and it's terrifying and beautiful and mysterious, and doesn't matter if you're in your hometown and you find something cool down the block, or there's a
Right.
nice river or waterfall. It doesn't matter what it is. I think that appreciation can extend to all of that. Whatever skill level, whatever,
For sure.
if you're into it, like you can appreciate it, and you're able to experience it on your terms without it being a competition. It's available to everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah, and also taking something kind of constructive or relatively good for you in most ways, to kind of supplement or make to substitute for something that you got rid of. So like if
Yeah.
you quit smoking, you're like, I got to go do something, and it's going to be this. I quit
Yeah.
smoking in 2018, and so I was like, I gotta find something. And for me, for a minute, it was a vape pen, and I found that I didn't like that any more than I liked the smoking. And so.
Yeah.
But I was also in deep, I'm not sure. I was smoking American Spirits, and so those are like, however they say it's like 3 times the tobacco or whatever. It's like just a lot. But yeah, finding something to do, and I think that was probably when I started leaning into music a lot harder. Of like, well, if I'm not doing this, I got to fill my ears with something. So
Yeah, you went from smoking American Spirits to buying Twyla Paris records. Good job.
that's it, exactly it. Yep, that's right. That's my white whale right there.
Typical transition. Yeah.
Twyla Paris is also my white whale, Brock.
Dude, my mom loves Twyla Paris. She was
I mean,
all about it.
There's definitely Twyla Paris vinyl upstairs above me. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go dig for it because it'd take a little bit, but I can guarantee there is some.
Awesome.
I do want to, before we get away from the peaks, there are 46 Adirondack peaks. And if you do all 46 of them, you would be called a 46er. So if your travels ever take you out here, you know what? 46 is in your future.
Plan to stay for a
Awesome.
while. Yeah.
Right. And now back to Twyla Paris. Okay.
Well, no. So on the hiking talk, though, I'm curious, what is the most ridiculous item thing you've acquired now that you're like really into hiking that 2019 you would have laughed at and been like, that is dumb? Because I feel like anytime you get into something, you like,
Interesting.
you drill down and like I don't know, carbon fiber poles or something like that. If you're not a hiker, you're like, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's
The poles
an
are great.
interesting evolution for sure. Because I
Right.
remember when it started, it's like I'm wearing just a t-shirt and some cargo shorts. And I went out, there was this place called Nomad in Escondido. It's like a mom and pop type REI, like outdoor outfitter store. And I walked in, I'm like, I need hiking boots. I didn't have any frame of reference.
You've got those, right?
And so they were really great. And they sold me a pair that didn't need to be broken in. I mean, it wasn't like some horrible experience, but they were super heavy and they were super hot. And I got poles there. They convinced me to buy the $100 poles because they're like they'll last forever. I still use those every time. I still have them. They're great. That was a good purchase.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been like a weird, I work for an outdoor clothing company now. And so, I wear like a lot of sun protective stuff, but a lot of it's like shaving weight.
Right.
Just, like I'll wear like lighter shorts, but mostly I nerd out about the shoes. I'm pretty particular about those. And then just anything UPF because I burn very easily. So yeah, it's a progression.
So what's the shoe brand then?
Ooh. So there's a company called La Sportiva.
Huh?
They're Italian, but they're based out of Boulder. They have their North American office is in Boulder, and they have a store there. But they're really good. They last a long time, and they are super comfortable, but not like super thick soles like the new styles have, like Hoka's.
Right.
So yeah, I like those
That's
because
cool.
I'm a professional.
That's right.
That's right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll have to let my wife know about that, have her check them out. She does a lot of the Ragnar trail races. So she's been all over the place doing those.
Yeah. That's like when you go through the mud and stuff too, right? And you do like
Some of them, have like a little bit of mud here and there, but it's not like the what's the other one?
Tough
Mudder.
Mudder.
Yeah.
Tough Mudder, yeah.
Spartan.
yeah.
But yeah, it's it's a lot of like team relay type stuff where it's just loops through the trails and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like she was out at Zion, was it like a year or two ago, and did that.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
Dude, the running thing's crazy because my knees hurt if I run.
Mm.
I tried it. I was like, oh, this will be fun. Maybe I'll like start running just for exercise. And my knees are like, no, you're not gonna do that. But I always give props to like those ultra marathon runners. And did any of you see the Barkley Marathons documentary?
Yeah, that thing's fantastic.
Epic, like so
Yeah.
crazy. The guy's such a character, but like I watch
Right?
stuff like that and like that looks cool.
Yeah, I used to live in East Tennessee, not terribly far from like where those are. And
Yeah.
I read about them or something, and then when that documentary came out, like, because I think I just read stories about it in like newspapers or whatever about how crazy it was, and then I watched that documentary, and if you guys aren't aware of the Barkley Marathons,
I have to check it out.
you need to look up this documentary. His name's goes by Lazarus, right? I don't think it's his real name. That's like his running name or whatever. But it's like notorious for how hard it is to get into, and then you don't finish it. Like you have to mail a check, I think, and it's like
For $1.50.
yeah. If it's your first time, you have to bring a license plate from like where you're from, and like
Yeah.
he hangs them all up, and it's like it doesn't have a specified start time. It's whenever he lights up a cigarette and like blows a conch horn or something. Like you have an
That's
hour, right?
right.
Like when he lights up
Yeah.
his cigarette, you have an hour and then it starts. But it's like a window of time. You just have to hang out in this state park and wait
my
for him to
gosh.
fire up a cigarette whenever the spirit hits him. And he's like, "Oh, it's time to go. Here we go." guys."
Where can one watch this documentary?
Was it on Netflix?
I think it's on
Because-
Prime, Netflix.
Sure.
I think you could
Okay.
probably
It's
search for it.
called Lazarus. Okay. Or
The
Barkley-
Barkley Marathons.
Barkley
Barkley
Yeah.
Marathon. Because I feel like that $1.50 check is more than like you're paying more to mail it out and write the check.
The administrative cost, yeah.
Well, and it's not advertised, and he doesn't exactly
Right.
Yeah, it's easier now because of the internet, but like when he started it, he doesn't like there's not an official registration that has steps. Like you kind of have to figure out how to get
Yeah.
to him and mail your check. Like everything about
You
it
need to
is,
like tell the lore. Yeah.
yeah, it's all
Mhm.
That's
unnecessarily
cool.
difficult.
Yeah, and the route changes every year.
Yeah.
Oh
So like
man.
you can't memorize it. You go clockwise and counterclockwise and alternating each time. You have to like he leaves there's like 13 checkpoints along this insane route that he's come up with. And you have to stop and tear out the page corresponding to your number from the book that is in the box there.
Oh my
But all the
gosh.
books are named like they're all like pulp, like weird 80s novels that say like the end is near a
Yeah.
novel, or like last chance or it's he's just messing with people the whole
Yeah.
time and it's amazing. You gotta watch it. It's great.
And you have like, isn't it like coordinates or something? Or he has directions. So you have a compass and a map, and you can't use
Hmm.
like digital instruments or your
Nope.
phone. And so
Nope.
people get lost all the time, or like they'll be rolling and then get lost in the woods in the dark and then
Yeah.
lose time. And yeah, he has like a time limit. It's like five total loops or something. Is
Five
the
loops and you have 24 hours to complete the first loop and like 16 like yeah. We were joking about it. Like my buddy and I were like, okay, if we could hike like 2 miles an hour,
right?
we could probably hike it.
Could you finish it right within the prescribed
Could
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, could we do it within the time?
I
Because our route finding skills are pretty good. I'm like, oh, that would throw a wrench into it if we could do it just consistent, instead of people gassing out.
Right.
All right. I got it here for you guys. Okay, so the Barkley Marathon's the race that eats its young. Great name. It's available for free on Tubi.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm definitely
Yeah, there we
watching
go.
that later.
You got to watch it. It's great.
Oh, that's
And
I
like,
awesome.
remember someone mentioned it to me years ago, and it sounded awesome then. It still sounds awesome. It reminds me of like an analog geocache situation.
yeah,
Yes.
it's 100% the style of it.
Oh
Yeah.
my
And
gosh.
and it still doesn't, so it's not like a regular, like any big race that you can track someone's chip and watch online. Like
There's no dot stalking for
I'll
this.
see on
Yeah.
social media, yeah, like it'll pop up like the Barkley Marathons are happening, and it's just random people who are there giving up. That's the only way you can be informed. I'll either be there, or like someone will be like, whoever just finished one loop in however much time. And if you happen to
Yeah.
catch the post on social media, you can maybe have an idea that it's
Yeah.
happening
You
or
shall
what's
know it
going
by the
on.
trail of dead.
Yeah, it's wild.
Totally.
The race that eats its young. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like steeped in like a prison break story, right? Is why you picked the region or there's a prison
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
James Earl Ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
He shot, yeah. He escaped. There was a prison break there, and he ended up only getting like 3 or 4 miles away from because the terrain's so horrible. So this dude who started this race is like, I probably could have got away like a lot further. I could have gone farther than that.
Right.
So it kind of became a joke because he thought it was such a pathetic attempt at navigating the Smoky Mountains.
Oh, that's so good.
Fascinating.
Character.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna have to start that tonight.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Hmm.
Be a lot of fun to watch the doc. Also, a lot of fun to try and do something like that.
I'll watch the doc. Thanks.
Right. Yeah, as opposed to trying the actual race.
I
But
feel like
you can report back.
it's the sort of thing you watch it and you start to like build some irrational confidence. Like, well,
Right.
maybe if like I ran a little bit and like was stubborn
do this,
enough,
yeah.
it doesn't
No
look
big
that
deal.
bad. And then you're like, wait, like 14 people have finished in the past 25 years. But I think I could be that guy. Like I could do it.
Yeah.
Like you'll convince yourself. You're like, well, if you timed it this way and maybe had this strategy, I think these people are going about it wrong. I think I could. Yeah. It's so much fun to watch because it's just like everything about it is crazy.
Oh,
That's so
cool.
true, though. That you nailed it. Because I'll watch it and be like, yeah, I think I could let me look at my split. No,
Right?
not a chance in the world. I would get eaten alive so quick,
Right. Right.
and yeah, yeah.
I don't know if anybody has this with music, but sometimes when I'm watching shows, I have the same sort of armchair quarterbacking of, well, I would have played it this way, or I would have done it that way. Just thinking about kind of the elements of what does it take to present music on stage, but it's totally different when you're actually doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, so
Oh, sorry. I was starting to watch the documentary. Okay.
Um,
Kevin, you've got some solid records behind you.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, Kevin's
Yeah.
record wall. Pete and I saw that in person a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
It's as much a joy to behold in person as it is from here.
it really
The
is.
Blender had one. Good job on that. Frodis
Yes.
too. Further
Yep.
Seems Forever. I guess I don't.
No.
You don't need me to list all of them.
I mean, you
But you
can.
I mean, you can.
You can.
I mean,
Squad 5-0.
we haven't really delved
Rich
into it
Armstrong
completely,
right
so
there.
keep going.
Yeah.
That Squad 5-0 cover, though, man, that's a rough cover. I mean, not when it came out, but
Right.
Oh, I know.
Right.
But shortly
Thanks.
thereafter, right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You never had the misfortune to have a national disaster pictured on your album before it actually happened, did you?
No, I don't think so. No, thankfully.
That's good. That's good.
Well, we're here now to tell you, yes, you know, I know, no. No, that's horrible, and please, I'll never say that again. Okay.
Josh, have you heard that Red Strat project?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
that was
It-
that was quite something.
Yeah, it's that's Jason Martin's son and Tim Tabor and
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Couple of all-stars.
Are you going to the Prayer Chain reunion shows?
I am. I'm going to the one in Seattle.
Nice. I'm gonna go to the one. I went to the one in Nashville in 2018, and that was fun.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And was
but
that that was a reunion too, right? But not necessarily. It wasn't a Mercury anniversary, right?
No, it's
No,
just a let's
just the
get
band
back
getting back together.
Let's
Right.
milk the cash cow of reunion
Sure, why not? Cash
nostalgia.
cow
I love
lurks.
those.
Yeah.
Eric's one of my dear friends. I love him.
Yeah.
Wayne too. All those dudes are so nice. But yeah, I think that was just like a let's get back together and play some shows, and they sounded
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, I was going to ask you because you have the Prayer Chain connection too, or no, sorry, the Lassie Foundation connection.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
spent
I
some
got
time working with them.
yeah. Kind of right after the Three Wheels EP came out, Jason left the band, and so Eric asked me to play bass. So I got to play a couple shows and do a lot of rehearsals, and be standing next to Schroeder, who is just a gem of a human, but like the most the greatest guitar player I've ever seen. I mean, that I've been able to like be that close to, like just a legend. And this was before he was in or
I was
he
going to
was
say he went
just
on to that,
joining
right?
the Pumpkins. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had just joined the Pumpkins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um,
Talented guy.
yeah, and Composano too on bass is just a killer on bass. So yeah, I love those dudes. They're good people, and
Yeah.
that was like a dream come true for me to play in that band. I was like, I
Absolutely.
used to go see the Prayer Chain when I was in high school, like every weekend.
Yeah.
And
Like they were playing in your area. You were seeing them a lot.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like the first two records, Shawl or the Whirlpool EP, going back and listening to it, I'm like, not into it. There's a couple songs on Shawl I really still love, but then Mercury came out and it blew my mind.
Kind of blew the lid off of everybody's imaginations of what they thought was possible with
Yeah,
music.
and it still does. Like I love that record so much. It
Yeah.
means a lot, and so I'm excited to hear it and hear the actual how it was supposed to come out with like Chalk and the songs off of Antarctica, like the Mercurius 10 version.
Right, because they're like re-releasing it with some bonus material or some new tracks. Is that right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be if I remember the story correctly. So they recorded the record, sent it to Reunion, and Reunion's like, no way. We need
Right.
more rock and roll.
This doesn't compete with Michael W. Smith.
No. Oh yeah, he was on Reunion.
Yeah.
I mean, no one does.
All their CDs had the band name, and then they would have a little like picture underneath it that was similar to the cover,
Right.
and then the R.
Mhm.
Because I worked at a Christian bookstore in high school, so like
Oh yeah.
yeah, I would like stock the CDs, and we had like gospel and metal. Those were the two
Mhm.
sections
The
that we
two
were allowed to have.
categories. Yeah.
Yeah.
The two genres.
Oh, that's
Two, there are
amazing.
two. There are two.
Striper and BB and CC Winans. That's right.
So Carmen.
And Carmen. Yep.
Carmen.
Genre all to himself. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he would dabble between both of them.
He did the hip hop too, though.
He
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 sure
did, right.
A2J,
Is
baby.
hip hop more gospel or metal? Which one? I guess it's hard to say.
Probably more gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little less crucified, a little more
That's right.
BB and CC one.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to say.
But no, it was supposed to be like an A side, B side, and the A side was just pretty dark, and a lot of Mercury's pretty dark, like
Yeah.
my feelings running down my leg, and they had all these, like pretty heavy because they had gone through the ringer, I think, with the industry and in life.
Right.
And then the B side was like love songs. So you had like Chalk and Antarctica and all these like more love based, and the label wasn't into it. So, but they released that as like Mercurios in that tin that they released. That it has the actual track list of the original, which is kind of cool. I think they're doing the original version on vinyl and everything. So, which I think should be
That's
fun.
right.
That's
Yeah, it's an exciting time to finally hear that stuff kind of as it was intended.
Yeah. And you get to see poor old Lou.
That's right. Yeah. So Poor Old Lou and Rose Blossom Punch, which was Aaron Sprinkle's band following Poor Old Lou. So it's kind of it's the best of all worlds for me. Definitely good reason to go. I was thinking about the California show, but I couldn't quite get it together. I think it's happening when I'll be out of town for a different show. So the Seattle show works out well, and it's a chance to see those. So I'm not going to get to see Mortal, unfortunately, but so it goes.
Which show are you going to that's better than that?
Well, I don't know if it's better, but the other show I'm going to is the Elms. They're doing a
cool.
reunion
Cool.
weekend in Indianapolis because they were
cool.
big in Indiana back in the day, and they still are, I guess. So that's where, at least that's where they live. So I'll be there for that. But
That's cool.
yeah,
I'm sad you're not going to see Mortal, though, because Jerome Fontanillos and Gyro, that reunion is awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say, Josh, the my entry point to all that stuff was the Kush project, that Blue album back in 2000, because that was basically Prayer Chain and Company, kind of them and everybody they knew, but that was kind of what got me introduced to both Lassie Foundation and Prayer Chain. I think I found Whirlpool at the thrift store when I was a kid, but I didn't connect with it, in high school.
Yeah.
But it's definitely historic. But that whole group of people, it's just so interesting to see all the different things they've done, the various people they've been involved with. And so for that reason, I'm really excited to see the Prayer Chain, because like I think Mercury is probably closer to the Kush stuff than anything else. And then the Lassie Foundation records said they were produced by Kush. So it depends on who's involved with that at the time, I think. But I think that points to maybe to Prickett and friends. So it's a cool universe to kind of explore and inhabit and all that. And so glad you had a chance to be a part of it.
Yeah, it was really crazy. Like I said, going from a high schooler, going to all these shows, and then like getting to like hang out with them and become friends, actual friends with them. That was a really cool thing. Still is, and I still joke with, I don't know if you're familiar with the Violet Burning.
Yeah.
But Herb was the bass player in the Violet Burning for a long time, my buddy Herb, and I used to go see him play, and I was like, this is the coolest dude I've ever seen. He's got black hair, and it's all like Robert Smith out, and he's got tattoos. I mean, this guy's the cool, and he rips on bait. He's like, and he's in he does Stranger Kings with me too. Like we're in Stranger Kings together,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Which was maybe not enough people know about that, but that's a pretty good project as well.
yeah. But yeah, just being friends with these dudes, like actually like getting to know them and just really hitting it off with them, going from like the young kid who's like, oh my gosh, Per Chain's playing with Mortal and 77s and Starflyer this weekend, and driving 3 hours to go see him. And it was like
Right.
$5 to get in.
Those were the days. We didn't know what we had.
Yeah.
Exactly. T-shirts were like $8.
Oh my gosh. I need that time machine, friends. I need that time machine.
Totally.
It's on the way. Put all those Adirondack chairs together in the right configuration, and you'll get there.
That's right. That's right. It's gonna happen. I'll do that while I'm here.
I'm curious, Josh, if you worked at a Christian bookstore, did you have any interesting situations either with people asking for recommendations or records you weren't supposed to sell or that sort of thing?
They didn't have records that we weren't supposed to sell. Um, People would come, like, I was there when Tooth and Nail started, basically. So, like, I remember opening up the box and pulling out Wish Frieden, Focused, Silver, sometimes Sunday Stone, and was it the Crucified reissue?
Oh.
Oh, right. The ones from the vinyl set.
The Nailed, yeah, Nailed and Take Up Your
Yeah.
Cross.
Yeah.
That might have been, no, 4 was The Blamed.
Okay.
21, I think. Or Blenderhead, one of those. Anyways, I remember opening
Because Blunderhead was in it. That's the one on
Yeah.
Kevin's wall.
I remember opening up the box and like being so stoked because I was really thankful that I had people in my life that were older than me that introduced me to 77's Choir, Adam
Yeah.
Again,
Yep.
Violet Burning, Mortal, The Crucified, like all of that stuff I got introduced to. And I grew up in a really conservative home, so I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music for a while. They eased up on that, and then I hit it too. Baseball card boxes are good for tapes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's Ken Griffey Jr., Mom.
Correct.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Which means we have to ask, who is your Ken Griffey Jr.?
Hey, your hidden tape. Yeah.
What's the tape in the box that your most desired hidden cassette?
Probably, I think probably at the time it was like Dead Kennedys.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death. I had that. I had the Smiths. I had The Cure. I had Bad Religion. Metallica. Dead Milkmen. Fugazi. I had a bunch of tapes. Beastie Boys.
I love it.
But no, I got to at the bookstore, people would come in. They'd be like, "Oh, I like The Cure. Who should I listen to?" And it was cool because I was like, "Oh, well, check out, Violet Burning maybe, or
Right.
check out I like Jane's Addiction. Check out Prayer Chain maybe, or I like Pearl Jam. Check out Prayer Chain, or sometimes Sunday or somebody." And so yeah, I had a lot of like latitude to be able to do that. And
That's
I
cool.
also like loved the music. So I was into it and I wanted to I probably steered people away from bands I thought weren't that great, which was I feel like a service that I did as
That's
a
good.
young person.
We appreciate that.
Um,
Yeah.
But it definitely like, most of the customers wanted, do you have the new like Phil Keaggy record? Yeah, we do. We've got 300 copies over here, like Amy Grant Christmas, Stephen Curtis Chapman, like all that stuff, and so
Very safe.
I mean, Phil Keaggy's a badass, but yes, right. But the other,
Yes.
but you're right. But you're right. Yeah.
yeah, like the new. I remember the new. I was there. I'm trying to think. It was Unseen Power was the Petra album that came out while I was working there, and we had like I think if they could have ordered a life-sized windmill and put it on top of the bookstore, they would have done it because they were so into it. And
Oh,
they were
that's great.
like the owner was just so like, he's like, you heard beyond, like he could have done a PSA for this record and it would have sold a billion copies. He'd be like, you heard beyond belief, right? And I'm like, yeah, it blows. It sucks. I'm not into it. But wait till you hear this. This is pure rock and roll. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a bunch of old dudes.
Wait till I hear it. Yes, that is a good idea.
That's right.
You don't know what I have in my baseball card box.
Totally. It was an interesting time. But the best part of that job was that Diamante had the buy 4 get 1 free stickers. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's right.
And I will say that that those, I probably ended up with quite a few of those
Who can say what
after
happened to those
redeeming
stickers?
them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
And arguably, there's nothing wrong with that. So,
Never put a kid in charge of the candy store. That's what I say.
Yeah, and didn't they like not pay their like labels and stuff? Wasn't that a
Probably.
thing? I don't want to defame anybody, but like,
No, we
Heard
can
a
only
thing.
speculate, but you could assume that maybe they weren't as forthright as they could have been in their business dealings.
yeah, but then again, maybe they would have been able to pay their artists had I not been skimming off the floor.
One
Four
can only
stickers.
speculate.
All those free CDs. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I mean, what was it? The Columbia House. What was the Christian Columbia House? It was
Sound and Spirit.
Sound and Spirit. I was going to say Sight and Sound, but that's the theater in Branson, Missouri, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. But Sound and Spirit, yeah. I mean, that's what 10 CDs for 1 cent. So that's skimming as well. So you're fine.
Yeah. Was it 10 or 12? I'm trying to remember now.
That's
12,
worse.
Then you were a monthly subscriber, right? Like, yeah.
Until I could cancel after I got my free discs. But yeah.
The selection wasn't as good though. So like that
No.
last one or two, the 3, you were like, I don't want these anymore. I've picked everything I like. I'm gonna
True,
scrap.
true.
That's where Twyla Paris comes in. Yeah, she gets added on.
That's right. That's right. You gotta choose the 10th CD.
Who knew we'd talk about Twilight Paris 3 times? Okay.
She gets
go
a
back to the
royalty
well.
every time we mention her.
That's
If,
right.
if it's 5 times, guys, she gets another house. Okay.
Every time we mention Twyla Paris, an angel gets its wings.
I know. I was gonna say, and every time you mention Twyla Paris, an angel gets its wings.
That's right. Sandy Patty must like change the whole world if you bring her up.
Bedford Falls. Okay, sorry.
Good call.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Sandy.
My mom loved Sandy Patty too, but she
Same.
she kind of got a little like progressive. Well,
yeah.
she liked Stephen Curtis Chapman for sure, Michael W. Smith,
Yep.
that kind of stuff.
Great
But then-
adventure,
Robin Hood Prince of Thieves came out and she loved the Bryan Adams song.
Who wouldn't?
So
Yeah.
she bought that record.
Yeah.
That was kind of I was like, well, you bought that one, so now I can go buy some too.
Right.
Some
Right.
second-
Hey,
I get to get some filth in my collection as well. Thank
But
you.
then she got into like PFR and Out of the Gray.
Is that right?
She could handle Sixpence, like the original
Wow.
record.
Wow.
So she got into some cool stuff that wasn't
Hey.
as off-putting.
Hey, my mom loves the breakdown. I know problematic, sure now, but the breakdown on Jesus Freak. The people say I'm strange. Does it make me a stranger? She loved Jesus Freak, and I'm like, what? Okay, And at that time, I'm like, Mom, really? Okay, let's go.
People my parents' age signing off on music that I actually like.
Right,
Yeah, that's
right.
I'll take it.
Yeah, let's go.
mixed emotions. Yeah.
We're recording on the day that "Kiss Me" was released by Sixpence. I believe when it was released as a single originally. That was this day in history.
And they're still out there doing it.
They're touring
Right.
again. I think they
Oh.
just finished up their South American tour.
Well, now they're opening up for Toad the Wet Sprocket.
That's right, and that's
Yeah.
a decent pairing.
That's cool. Yeah.
I mean, maybe I should jump on tickets. They're playing at Treehouse Brewing out here in Massachusetts,
Ooh.
Kevin.
Oh, dude, and Treehouse makes some good product.
I'll say
Yeah, they
that's good
do.
beer
They
too.
do.
I saw Trampled by Turtles at this venue, and also we'll be seeing Dawes, Jared, at that venue. So Toad the Wet
I
Sprocket.
hope all your favorite
Um,
bands stay together, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. I will look this up, this tour, but it's Toad the Wet Sprocket, Sixpence None the Richer. Oh goodness, I gotta look up the rest.
I saw that. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'd
That's
go see Toad
solid.
the Wet Sprocket for sure.
All I want is to feel this way, to be this
Oh,
close,
Close.
to
Yeah.
be the same. Is that it?
Mhm. I
Yeah.
think you're right.
yeah, it's the good intention.
Everything. Yeah.
I really appreciate that
Yeah.
this season you're the one that's singing, Brock.
I'm here for you. Yeah. Just keep making
It's
90s references. I'll be there.
with KT Tunstall, Sixpence
Oh, yeah?
None the Richer, and goodness gracious, there's another on there. But yeah, on that tour, it's
Suddenly I see.
Suddenly
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
KT Tunstall and Sixpence. So that would be a great
That's
tour.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to go to that.
Apparently, it's here next week. Pete,
Which one?
North-
That tour?
that tour in North Carolina
Yeah.
next week. Yeah. How about October? You're playing a pre-show, right, for Furnace Fest?
Yeah, we're doing a show with Head Automatica.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to buy another ticket because I bought a ticket for the Advent because Advent is playing at the same time.
Yeah.
Also, in whatever stage the different ones in
Yeah.
work play. And so I bought that one right when it went on sale, but you guys I think there's 5 bands on that bill.
Oh wow.
Yep.
And I mostly bought that ticket to see Advent because I love
Sure.
Joe Mustin and North
Yeah.
Carolina hardcore. So, but you guys are playing as well, and I'm like, I'm already gonna be in the building. I might. It seems like a good opportunity to bounce around shows too, because you can just walk out of one room into another.
Yeah,
Which
we're
is kind of
playing,
a cool
we
thing.
play second too. So there's
Okay.
4 bands on ours, but we want to go see Advent. I mean, we want to play, but we're like, oh yeah. Yeah, we want to go see Advent. And then Moments in Grace too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton because Magnitude I know is playing that set of
Yeah.
that lineup, however you would describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Just-
stacked. Like just overlapping ridiculousness happening at the same time.
Yeah. Stoked. It should be fun. We are very excited to be included.
The 3 of us, I guess Brock left because he's not going to Furnace Fest this year. But the 3 of us will be at
Yeah,
Furnace
we'll be
Fest.
there.
Are you just doing your date or are you staying for the festival?
No, we're
as
gonna
well?
stay. We're gonna go to the fest and hang out.
Nice.
And yeah, no, Friday I'm really excited. Jimmy Eat World's playing, and
Oh yeah, I'm stoked
Right.
for that.
I just
Who
saw
else
them
is
2
on
weeks
Friday?
ago, but I'm excited for Furnace
Yeah.
Fest because they was
Yeah,
on
They
that
don't
Offspring.
scream much, but they're okay.
yeah,
They'll crush.
they
on
were
main
just making
stage.
fun of you for not going to Furnace Fest, Brock. You
Hey,
probably
it's,
have
uh,
another show you have
It's
to go
only
to.
fair. Yeah,
Can
exactly.
you shame him into joining us? Like we've tried and failed so far,
Yeah.
but if you can,
Can
do
you
something-
shame me into how much it costs to get a plane ticket?
Do you want to sell merch for us, and you could go for free?
I mean,
Oh,
I sure do.
Dude, you just got into the
I
show.
just need-
That's one
I
expense.
just need to be shamed into
just
my
sweetened the pot
wife being okay with it, I think.
I know
I would
your
totally
wife.
do
I'll-
that.
If you need me to do a pitch for you, I will. I mean, we've only met once,
mean,
but
I
let's
am
go.
open to the idea. Absolutely.
I mean, we can make our plea right now, and it's recorded, and you can just show it to her.
That's true. Okay.
Right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, Adele. Never mind. I've found someone like Brock did this. I wish nothing but the best for you, Adele. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said that Brock is a welcome addition at any of our events. Okay, I'm done with the Adele references. Go ahead, guys.
There we go. Thank you. Well done. Good job.
I think we're going to talk about the male crisis in the United States. One of the biggest issues is men our age don't have good friends. They don't have
We
a
don't have
social
good
circle
friends.
to hang out with. Well, we're
Yep.
Brock's friend, and
We
it's
are.
better in person than virtually on Zoom. And all the rest of us are going to be in Birmingham the first weekend in October. And if Brock joined, it's good for his mental health. It's really important, and men need this right now in the United States.
More than ever.
And we're here to help Brock. And a healthy Brock is a better Brock at home with Adele and the boys.
Right.
That's what I'm going to say.
That's
That's my
also
pitch.
quite true. Oh, hey, Pete, thanks for joining me at my house.
Well,
I want to be in your house.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
I was trying to get into character. Okay, so
Perfect. Yeah.
I mean, we all saw what happened last year with Brock, and I'm sure he came back as a better husband, as a better father, and I
and
feel
his
like this year-
fans kind of demand it, right?
Unequivocally, I think
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
you have a following that expects you to be there, who will be disappointed if you were not. So there's also this, the public.
we don't
public
want to
expectation
shame you,
for
Adele.
Brock,
We
yeah.
don't. No.
Right.
No.
And you might be thinking, yeah, oh, he's just going to go to a bunch of concerts. No, he's going to be working there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be helping sell merch.
Mhm.
I mean, I
Exactly.
might even be working remotely for my day job. That could also be a possibility.
Can be
So
arranged.
I'll still be productive.
And I argue, last year, did he really go to many shows? No, he was talking to his adoring public.
You saw the
true.
line. That's quite true. Yeah.
I did.
The line on the
absolutely
horizon.
What happened?
Well, Your Honor, I mean, Adele, please take these into consideration, and we look forward to your response.
We'll have to see if my British pop star wife agrees with your the way you've pitched it. I do appreciate that. Frank Tate would agree that this is important for men. So
That's right. It's got the Frank Tate
Yeah.
Soul Fest endorsement.
And we need you
That's
to
right.
sell merch for us. You need to sell merch for
That's
us.
what it comes
Otherwise,
down
how
to,
is it-
really.
Right.
yeah,
We-
how's Josh going to make money? He needs someone to represent it.
We've got 11 kids to feed here in the band.
That's right. That's right.
Do it for
You
the
don't
children.
want to let down a friend. Yeah, or the children.
There it is.
It's a lot on the line, Brock, if you don't
Of
come.
An angel.
It really is. My goodness. Yeah. It's a good thing it's after Thunderfest so that I don't have to face you guys if I can't make it.
Accurate. Yep, you're right.
Well, hey, speaking of things and stuff, my kids are going to need my attention here pretty soon. But we did want to know, Josh, would you like to play a game with us?
Absolutely, I do.
Fabulous. Thank you. I appreciate
That's
you being
emphatic,
down
and I
for
love
anything,
that.
even if you don't know what it consists of. The game is called No Pine on the Horizon. We are going to ask you with your, sorry, hang on.
No pine on the horizon. You're welcome, Brock. I had to do the theme
We
song.
know you're such a big fan of the U2 album that I wanted to make sure that we theme the game around it. No Pine on the Horizon is, each of us from this conversation, a little bit about us, what we're into, what we like. We would like you to assign to us a hike, either one that you've been or one you think of that you know of that would be good, maybe one on your bag list that would be good for us. So you can ask each of us a question if you need clarifying information. But for Jared, Kevin, Pete, and myself, what hike would you assign us based on what you know about us?
Wow, that's good. Feel like out of the four of you, Kevin's probably a little more hardcore than the rest of you.
It's accurate.
So
That's
I'd
fair.
probably give
Wow,
him
yeah.
like based on his record wall and lack of I don't know.
Panda bears.
Panda bears and like
Damn it,
Rust
that
Tap
panda.
CDs.
Killing my reputation.
Yeah. Pandas and Rust Tap CDs.
Hey, I got an arc up here, guys. Or not an arc. Sorry, a manger.
So I'd give Kevin Grand Canyon
Ooh.
rim to rim
Oh
because
my
you're
goodness.
hardcore
Cool.
and you could do
Wow.
it.
Hot
And
Wow.
you listen to music that would pump you up.
I like it. I have been to the Grand Canyon only once when my band was on tour. We went to the Meteor Crater and then
Yeah.
decided to go to the Grand Canyon afterwards. But by the time we got there, it was probably like 11 o'clock at night. So, we grabbed flashlights and we're walking down towards, the edge of the canyon, and our sound guy slipped and dropped his flashlight, and it just kept going. And then we realized because it was pitch black where we were like 3 feet from the edge. And so, of course, because we were dumb and young, we of course had to throw one more flashlight just to see it again. And then, took pictures of us like sitting on the edge of the canyon with our legs hanging off the edge. But yeah, so that was my Grand Canyon adventure. I have been there. I sort of have seen it.
That's awesome. Well, if the hike that I gave you, you would see all of it, and it would be amazing. But you're more hardcore than everybody else, so that's appreciated. No offense.
It's the most hardcore assignment.
No offense taken.
Ask Brock if he knows any hardcore bands.
Yeah, Brock's super hardcore fan.
Yeah. We continually ask, Brock, do you know a hardcore band? But yes, you do after Furnace Fest.
I've seen a hardcore band.
Yeah.
The hardcore.
The whole genre.
It was the showdown. He was standing right next to us.
Oh yeah,
he got
David.
snake bit. Yeah,
Absolutely.
David's awesome. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He is.
Pete, I'd give you the Old Man in the Mountain from I believe it's New Hampshire, Vermont.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty rocks. Nothing too soul crushing, but beautiful views. I'd give you that one.
Views. I've been up there. Beautiful views. Yep. Very cool.
Jared, since you live in the South, I'd probably give you something like the Natchez Trace
Okay.
area, like maybe Mississippi, like pretty. Maybe not in the summer, because that would be soul crushing. And the mosquitoes are horrible, but maybe in like early spring, kind of meandering through the South.
I like that.
Because it's pretty.
Yeah.
Brock. I want to give you one that's soul crushing because you keep talking about No Line on the Horizon, and that is by far
This is your
the
chance
worst
for payback.
U2 record
Yeah.
ever put onto tape. It's the worst. It's just hot garbage. So in honor
We haven't even
of
covered
that
that
hot garbage, I'm going to give you a hot garbage hike.
Ooh.
You're going to do the hike it's up in the Eastern Sierra, and you're going to go from Horseshoe Meadows to Trailmaster Peak, but the route you have to take is next to Chicken Spring Lake. And to get up, I went down this way, and it was the worst talus, sinking like a foot into this like BB-sized rock. It was the worst slog ever. So that's going to be yours, but you have to go up it.
I have to go up. So I'm
Yes.
assuming I should wear gaiters then.
Oh, full-blown gators. Yeah, but you're still going to
or would you like me to do it without them so as to further exacerbate my pain?
I want to exacerbate.
It's your choice.
No,
Yeah.
no, give him
You
all
can do
the
it
pain.
without gaiters.
Full
Because
pain.
you're a nice human, you get gators.
Okay, it's kind of you. That'd be
That's very
plenty
kind.
enough on its own.
Yep. So that is your hot garbage hike
There we go.
in honor of the hot garbage record.
There we go. I'll just have to say, I'm sure when I'm done that it was magnificent.
You're gonna be wishing that you were seeing the cedars of Lebanon.
You just have to hold that vinyl from the top.
That's right. Yeah, I'll just carry it with me in a special 12 by 12 backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to take the vinyl and then throw it
Ooh,
off the peak and watch it just kind of like frisbee down.
kind of Hobbit style.
Yeah, because it'll set
The album must be
sound-
destroyed. Cast into the fire.
Yeah, the sound it will make spiraling down 3,000 feet will be better and more appealing to the ears than the sound of the actual record.
My goodness, this is fantastic. I kind of want to do this now. Just like the picture that's being painted is so good. I feel like it has to happen someday.
We'll go on a hike.
And for all you know, it will be the actual record.
Let's go on a hike. Come down here and I'll take you somewhere where you can throw that thing into oblivion.
Sounds like a
So he
plan.
can watch
Sounds
you
like
do
a
it
plan.
in person. Make sure it's thrown.
Here you
It's
are.
gonna be like Cheryl Strayed's boot. where like it just ended up and like, somebody found it like 10 years later or something?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This. It's hot garbage.
I'll
Can
give you
tell
that.
us more
I'll give you
about
that.
how much you hate that record?
Just a melted piece of wax on a rock somewhere. Yeah.
People get pissed, Brock. Like, there's comments that people get so fired up about it.
Have you seen? Yeah. Well, and did you see the comments when I first started posting selfies? I don't think that
Yeah.
was being done in the group before I did, and if everybody was just like, "Who is this guy?" And there was a lot of people who were just like "F this guy. I've had enough. Who is this Brock fellow?
I'm
I don't
sorry,
want to see
Brock.
him on my feed." Yeah, I mean, and I understand. I don't want to see me on my feed either.
And you thumbed your nose at them, and you said, "I'm going to keep going till you love me." And here we are. Look at that.
I came around, Brock. I was one
Basically.
of the original commenters. No, I
He was your first hater.
And look, now we're
was like
friends.
that
Now we're
freaking guy.
friends.
I apologize
Oh,
for
goodness.
starting that comment.
Well, I'm putting it in my list of hikes to do.
Awesome. I'll send you the peak bagger route.
I really hope you two do that because that would be amazing. And then record when you throw No Line on the Horizon into the abyss.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like letting go of all your sins.
Amen.
Fantastic. Josh, I haven't appreciated our engagement around that. I don't know if you've actually enjoyed it or not.
I do.
It could be that you haven't, and that's okay. You can admit if that is true. But
No, I do.
I'm glad we connect.
No, I do. And like I joke because like if people love it and they really do like it, like that's awesome. Everyone different things blow your hair back, right? And so
For some, it's Maxell
there's
cassettes.
records I love that people are like, that's the worst. I'm like, no, this record's awesome. Nope. Yeah, so it's
Some
more
of it's Twyla Paris, right?
It's
Yeah.
subjective.
Yes, it totally.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Album anniversary podcast, both of you guys on as the guests covering
Oh, I
that
think that'd be
album
rad.
would be fantastic.
Oh.
Josh, would you do that if we
Yeah, I
can
would do that.
convince our buddy?
Caleb.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
Caleb. Do it.
Track by track.
Just a point counterpoint the whole time. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we probably have the anniversary, like it'd be like a 5, 10, 15 year
This is
because it came
Crossfire.
out.
This is
I'm
old
trying to
CNN
remember now.
Crossfire waiting to happen.
09?
Oh nine. So
No,
yeah.
that'd make it a 12. Okay.
Mhm.
So we got 4 years to
No,
get
he
to
did-
this anniversary.
He could do a special edition like
He could.
16, what would that be? The 16th anniversary.
Yeah, let's do it. Sweet 16.
hmm
I'm down. Track by track, just
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't
My
want to do it
support.
for his, you guys
Yeah.
could all record it. We put it on our network. That'd be perfect.
That's true. That's true.
Because we don't believe
Sounds
in
like a
those,
plan.
those 5 and 10 year and 15 and 20. We want 16.
We want non-prime numbers.
Yeah.
like why wait 4 years to talk about how horrible it is? Like
To
you
have
can
this
do that
True. We
fight.
could
today.
start now.
You need to
Oh.
warn people.
Caleb,
Rolling.
please, can we do that? Caleb, I'm texting you right now. Let's go.
Rolling Stone said it was the best album of the year, by the way, and the 36th best album of the decade, according to Wikipedia about this. Yeah.
And I
Nothing else came out
suspect,
that year.
Josh, how do you feel about that?
Of the decade of the 2000s.
I guess 2000 to 2010, that area?
Because I could think of a lot of contenders for sure.
For
I mean,
sure.
All That You Can't Leave Behind came out in 2000.
Right.
It did.
Like,
So it's up
great
against
album.
that. Yeah.
I mean, how many U2 albums are you going to lit? Yeah. No, this is a whole nother conversation. I got to get my blood pressure down. It's almost bedtime.
Got to go on a hike just to calm down, right? After
We'll,
that.
we'll,
Right.
we'll, we'll save that one for the conversation with Caleb. Yeah.
Nominated for a Grammy, all kinds of stuff was going on.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, thank you for taking some time to chat with us. It's been
Yeah,
great
this
to
was a
have you.
blast.
Is there
Yeah, thank
anything
you.
that we didn't ask you about that we should have?
No, this
Okay.
was fun. I didn't have any like preconceived plan or anything. Like
Perfect.
I like chatting, and you guys are good dudes. So
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thanks for
Likewise.
having
Likewise.
me on.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah,
legitimately, we'd love to have you back anytime for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And if you're ever out in Joshua Tree, hit me up because
Speaking of you two, okay.
That's right. Yeah, in God's country.
It is God's country.
Amen.
That has to feel good to say, right? Like if you're in Joshua's tree, you just like come hang out because I'm here.
Yeah. Come hang out.
From the East Coast, that sounds very cool. I'll even tell you that.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, offer stands. So
Sweet.
Everybody's not Brock
Much
will see
appreciated.
you in October.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Unless our
Unless it
appeals
is Brock.
worked. Unless our
Unless it
appeals
works, we'll see.
summer.
Because this
Yeah.
phrase always works. Adele, the ball is in your court.
I say no when it feels so good to say yes.
Incredible.
Not going to
That's a
Birmingham.
good pitch.
Adele, I'm sorry, that phrase never works. Okay.
But who will sell the merch
For the children.
Right.
for
Think
the
of
children?
We do have to think of them.
Yep.
Mm.
Cool.
Brock, we need an outro from you before you go, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. That's the news from Lake Scabagon, where the mistakes are beautiful, the peaks are strong, and Josh himself is above average.
Oh, onward pickle, soldiers.
Into our second season of perfect podcast episodes. I can't believe we're doing this.
Wow.
Not a single mistake yet,
But if it is a mistake, it will be beautiful.
which makes it right.
Likely so.
Thank you for not rolling your eyes, Josh. Appreciate that.
I love it. I love it. The nod to Prairie Home Companion is great.
Oh, did you know our fictional town? It's
No.
it's Lake Scabagon.
Look, Scabagon, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of original content over here.
I like it.
Yep.
As a person born in Minnesota with family in Minnesota, I grew up on Garrison
Yeah.
Keep. So
The roots are deep.
And
good
brought to you by Bebop Rhubarb Rhubarb Pie. Don't forget those biscuits. Okay, anyway. Oh, phenomenal.
All right.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys.
Cool.
Great
Thank
to
Thank
see
you
you.
very much.
Thanks, guys.
for coming.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
You
See ya.
too.
See y'all.
All right. Bye.
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 Welcome back to the Brockless edition of A Pickle Home Companion.
Got rid of that guy.
Oh, and Josh is leaving going, what is he yelling?
He was like, no Brock, no Josh. That's the deal.
Oh, that was phenomenal.
That was fun.